If you've ever read self-help books, attended seminars, or even tried mindset shifts, but you still feel stuck, it's not your fault. See, the problem isn't you, it's the way self-improvement is taught. Most self-help keeps you trapped in an invisible cycle, and today I'll show you why, and more importantly, how to break free. See, for years I searched for answers. I always wanted to have freedom and to live a good life. And to achieve that, I tried mindset work, affirmations, even manifestation techniques. But no matter what I did, I kept oscillating, moving forward a little bit just to get snapped right back into old patterns. And that's when I discovered something radical, that your success has nothing to do with fixing yourself and everything to do with structure. In this video, I'll break down why traditional self-help is flawed, how being in the right structure changes everything, as well as the superconscious recode method that actually rewires your mind for success. See, most people operate in a structure where every time they move toward a goal, they eventually get pulled back. Think about it. How many times have you seen someone lose weight only to regain it in a couple of months? Or an entrepreneur make money and then suddenly lose it? Or someone in a relationship repeating the same toxic cycles? And it's not just about bad habits or lack of discipline. The real issue here is that people are trying to fix themselves instead of stepping into a structure where success becomes automatic. And that's why motivation, willpower, and discipline are not the answer. We've been sold this idea that if we just push harder, we will eventually break through. But that's like scooping up water with your hands and trying to hold it in place. It slips right through. Meanwhile, the people who actually succeed don't rely on motivation at all. They build a structure where success happens naturally. Imagine two people trying to create change, okay? One is constantly battling themselves, pushing, forcing, trying to stay disciplined. While the other person, well, they've simply set up their life in a way where the actions that they need to take are inevitable. Because here's the truth. You don't need more discipline. You need a structure that pulls you forward. And the moment you create that structure, everything changes. Let me give you an example. Think of a fence, a rocking chair, and a wheel. They're all made of the same components, right? Wooden nails. But depending on how they are structured, they function completely differently. Success works exactly the same way. If you're in the wrong structure, no amount of motivation will get you where you want to go. And most people are in the wrong structure because they focus on solving problems. They say stuff like, I want to lose weight because I hate how I look in the mirror. Or I want to make money because I feel broke. But when you set a goal to fix something, you are still focused on the problem. So you stay locked in an oscillation pattern, moving away from pain, but always getting snapped back when the tension releases. The real shift happens when you stop trying to fix yourself and instead simply start focusing on what it is that you want, what it is that you're moving towards and not running away from. This is the difference between struggle and effortless creation. Because once you truly choose a goal, it already exists as a potential reality. So you don't have to force it into existence. You just have to step into the right structure, one that makes achieving your goal inevitable. See, nature already works this way. When you plant an acorn, it doesn't try to become an oak tree. The blueprint is already inside the seed. It just needs the right structure, the right soil, water, sunlight. And if those conditions are met, growth happens automatically. And the same thing happens with your goals as well. The problem is, most people keep digging up their seed. Instead of trusting the process, they constantly question themselves. They shift goals, they second guess their choices, and they never actually let their vision take root. But when you create the right structural tension, growth becomes inevitable. You don't have to force success. It starts pulling you forward naturally. Now, of course, even when you understand this, resistance will still show up. It's completely natural to have it every time you go for something new because your old identity will fight to stay alive. And that's where the superconscious recode comes in. This is the process that we use to remove deep unconscious resistance, allowing you to move toward your goal effortlessly. When someone first comes into this work, we typically start by helping them shift something simple, maybe a fear of public speaking or a phobia of certain insects or some other type of animals, something they don't deeply identify with. But as they go deeper, they start shifting resistance tied to their identity, the beliefs and patterns that have kept them stuck for years. And when that happens, suddenly everything becomes effortless because they're no longer trying to force success. They've simply stepped into a structure where success happens naturally. And I promise you, this is just the tip of the iceberg. If you're tired of repeating old cycles and you're ready to finally step into a structure where success becomes inevitable, I've built a free community where I help you do exactly that. Inside, I break these principles down even further so you can actually start applying this to your life. Join my free school group where I share deeper insights, live trainings, as well as actionable steps to help you break out of the self-help trap for good. Click the link below and I'll see you inside.